What is that?
Trash.
What is up?
What's up?
Another episode. I'm in this nigga's way. Black Eggs and Ham.
Black eggs and
This
ham.
is episode 3.
Uh-huh.
It's 3. It's technically
Yeah, it's
3 because
three.
we don't have 2.
But to them, it's gonna be like 6.
Wait.
Yeah,
Or
it is.
5.
Wait, so
Yeah.
if this is black eggs and ham, does it make me salsa or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Black eggs.
Salsa. Yeah.
Salsa.
Make it spicy with spicy eggs and ham.
I'm hungry as fuck.
So we got like a whole lineup now. So I guess everybody can go down the road and introduce themselves since I'm not Arsenio Hall. So you know, it's your boy Kenji. And we go down the line.
Sable.
Dante.
Keezy, K-World,
And that's his name is really Dante.
The Inferno.
Yeah, I'm
So we're gonna go literally right in on oof. I'm gonna just go straight to This Is America. I would say let's go straight. Have you seen it? Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
Okay. So we already know. You want to get that? Go get that.
Yo, what? Oh, my glasses not on. I can't see shit. Though.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Oh, the
That's
art.
not good. First of all, you got a big ass
Nice.
fucking smoke in front of you.
Yes.
So
It's fucking dope.
that's the picture that you just made. We'll make more. If you guys want any of that sexiness, you gotta pay
You
for it.
calling Donald Glover sexy? Or is
I'm
art
saying
sexy?
the
He was
art
a
is
bad
sexy.
bitch in that video.
It's
when
a
he was
bad
talking
bitch,
shit.
a bad bitch picture. All right, don't. All right, chill out. But so this is America. This is the main topic. I went in on Twitter. I think I was like 7 tweets deep
Oh,
of
really?
pissivity. Yeah,
Bro.
You was pissed?
I was mad.
I loved it.
You was
Okay.
mad about what?
I was mad. No, not against the video.
Oh.
I was mad that people tried to slander and discredit him because of the video, and they started putting pictures out. Mind you, the homie's a black activist, and he rubbed me the wrong way severely by putting a picture out saying this is the man y'all support, and then kissing what's that dude's name that was on Community?
Oh, yeah, I know
The
what
white
you're
dude?
talking about. He's
Yeah.
a comedian. Yeah.
I was like, if that was from a scene, that was fucking acting, and he's
Yeah,
making
exactly.
twice as much money as you earn making.
Keep
your
that
life.
same energy when we say Eddie Murphy used to fuck trannies.
He probably call Eddie
Trans
Murphy.
women.
No, he'll probably call Eddie Murphy a
I
trans.
forgot I can't say trannies. I just keep
Trans
saying
women.
fucking
Oh yeah, you
trannies.
do. He said trans. He actually said it. He said it on the video. He said it on there.
I didn't say trannies last week. That's a rumor.
It's too
Hey, take
late.
a shot every time I say trannies.
That's
But-
2, 3, 4 shots?
Yeah, that was.
Okay, and Richard Pryor used to sleep with transsexuals. He had a relationship with one.
He got found out
So
about
keep
that.
that same energy. Like you can't just pick and see one dude doing something suspect, but like, oh, and discredit him, but like other people get to ride with that shit. Nah.
I mean, and the difference is that Childish Gambino is somebody who doesn't have fragile masculinity.
yeah, Childish Gambino
Yeah.
didn't kiss nobody. Donald Glover did.
And he's acting for one, and it's his
That's like
job.
blaming
That's what I
Miley
thought. That's what I
Cyrus
said.
for something Hannah Montana did.
Yeah.
They're not even the same person.
Boy, they immediately became different people.
What Eddie Murphy was doing was having actual relations, and I don't judge him for it. You know,
I do.
I wouldn't do it myself.
I'm
That's
judging.
him.
I wouldn't judge. Don't judge him.
I'm judging.
Let him get his dick
Nah,
out,
judge.
man. I mean, well, let him get his
That's
dick
my
dirty.
thing.
It's called dick dirty. It's not called wet.
Yeah, because it ain't wet.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doubling down with this motherfucker now.
Gross, man.
Oh, I'm not gonna get a job ever. But I would say that a lot of the outrage came from his mixed horniness. Him wanting to want white women. And
Did he
not
want
for
to
black
want white women, or was this just? Did he fall in love? We don't know.
He
Not
got
gonna love being
he got
blonde.
2 kids.
He has 2
All right,
yes.
so
Yeah.
boom. First off, I'm not 100% sure if his wife is Asian or white. I can't tell.
That's facts.
Isn't it Hillary Duff?
Also, on top of that, Childish Gambino is on record for having a slight Asian fetish.
That's facts. I heard
And
about
he
that
said on record that he has nothing against black girls, but they don't like him. Now, my opinion on that is that
too.
that
We
was
just
a,
gotta be talking about that shit. Too.
my opinion on that is that was probably a point in his life that he doesn't agree with anymore. I think he's just who he's with. I don't think he's like, oh, I don't date black girls. I think he was just at a very nerdy, cringy phase in his life.
Well, he never said that
and
he
black
didn't
girls
date
didn't like
black
him
girls.
because it was
though.
fucking weird.
He never said he didn't date black girls.
No, he said
black
they
girls
don't
didn't
like
date.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's cringy to say within itself to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, I don't think he even feels that way anymore.
Well, it's cringy to fucking
I think
powder.
it shows in the shit he puts out.
It's cringy to powder puffs. It's not cringy to most people who could respect dialogue.
Nah, I don't think it's cringy to
Is
powder
it
puffs.
Yes,
really
it is.
that unbelievable that fucking Troy from Community wasn't getting played in the black community?
No, it's
No.
not at all.
But a lot of people act like it is. Like, oh, that's not true.
because they're thinking about now.
Stop.
They're thinking
No,
about
but
now.
to me, it's silly because it's like I know there's black girls that are also like nerdy, cringy girls.
Check that out.
Okay.
But do
If-
these black
that
nerdy
won't happen.
cringy girl like other black nerds?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that
I don't.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
think
fuck around
so.
in my experience in high school, they fucked around and dated Asian dudes.
I think it's cool as long as you not black saying you don't date black girls.
If you don't come out right out and say it, then yes. But I mean, there's been fucking rappers that say they don't date black women.
You don't date black girls
them
because
niggas.
you don't date
That's
black
how it
girls.
is,
You don't
though.
date black girls because of conveniency.
Fuck anybody that's not about dating black women.
Okay, but do you believe? Because we seen your fucking post.
Now I'm like, no,
Except Kanye
you
West,
know
right?
it. Oh, fuck that nigga. But
I've
no,
been-
but he's dated black.
Hey, you
Fuck him if he
stupid.
not.
My
Fuck him if
question-
he
my
not.
question- my
But
question-
he's dated black women.
My question is it an issue of like not dating black women because of black, a racial thing, or not dating black women because, well, they just don't like
That's what I
you,
said. Like,
or-
is it out of
Or is it
convenience
because
choice?
oh, it's not cool to date a black girl, you can date like someone like me who quite honestly is a fucking nerd, and most of my life most black women, even though there are some of the girls back in high school who I did like, looked at me like I was a fucking complete this disgusting thing.
So my thing is this: if you don't date black women because you don't find black women attractive, that's racist. If you don't date black women
Is
because
Is it really? Because there are some.
I can elaborate on that. I can
Okay, elaborate.
But I'm gonna continue.
Okay.
If you don't date black women because you think they don't like you, that might be an insecurity thing.
All right.
Sure, you've met a lot of black women that don't like you, but there are black women that would like you. You haven't met all the black women.
Of course.
That's
So you can't say which ones. You know, you can't say.
Well, I
if they
think he
like
was
you or
just
they
speaking
don't.
from his experience.
Speaking from your-
all right, sorry.
Donald Glover speaking from his experience, saying that they don't like me is acceptable. But if he took it a step further and say I don't date black girls because they don't like me, then that's taking it a little
Yeah, that's
too far.
excessive. Yeah, that's doubling down.
If you say they don't, black girls seem to not like me, and that's it. Okay,
yeah,
that's
actually
your
safe.
perception. That's cool.
That's fine.
But when you take it a step further and start saying, man, black girls don't like me and blah blah blah, I don't date black girls, I only date white girls, and
That's
it's
racist.
almost
Like
coming off
these
the term
rappers that we
racist.
still praise.
Kodak Black said it.
Kodak Black said
At
he
a
don't
fucking
date
All-Star
dark
game.
skinned women, and that's also ignorant as fuck.
It's still
Fuck
ignorant.
Kodak Black.
It's a
for
level
saying
of
that
it.
shit.
It's a level of it.
You shouldn't be mad at Kodak Black because I'm surprised any man that purposely dresses like a pickaninny can't even speak.
I
I fuck with his
ultimately
hair, his
agree.
Lisa Simpson hair. Though.
I ultimately agree with him. I ultimately
but look,
agree with him.
nah, remember I just said that it's racist to not date black women.
Yes,
It's racist to not date any specific race.
that's true.
Intentional
That's
to X
true.
them out of your dating pool.
And his name isn't Kodak Black anymore, by the way.
If you do that,
What is it now?
that's
It's Billy.
done. Next
Yeah.
question.
But no, look,
You know-
if you do that, you're generalizing the whole race. You're saying I'm not attracted to black women. Like I just said before, you
Yeah.
haven't met every black
That's
woman.
true. Yeah.
Black women are light skinned, dark skinned, so many different features, my nigga. What? You know how different black women can look from each other? You're
That's
saying
true.
they all look alike and you just don't like none of them? That's stupid. And the same
Or
thing
it's
goes for
ignorance.
any race. If I said that about Latin women, if I said that about Asian
Or it's
women,
ignorance.
any race,
I'm
you
like,
can't you can't X out a race. You can say I typically don't date black girls.
Okay, now say, who's your favorite rapper? Who's your favorite rapper right now?
Drake.
Drake?
No, nigga.
Not me.
It's hard. It's probably like Kanye and Cudi.
Kanye and Cudi.
Yeah,
Why did
those
you start
are
with
always the
Kanye?
goats.
God damn it.
I-
All right, well, let's. Who's your favorite rapper? We're gonna skip you because you fucking up already. Fucking.
Who is my
I
favorite?
I can't like Kanye. though.
Don't say.
right.
You can say anybody else. Why you
My
say
favorite
Kanye?
rapper right now, I'm really fucking with Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas. Great.
Oh, you mean new rappers?
No, I didn't say
Well,
that.
I'm having like a Joyner Lucas kind of moment.
Joyner Lucas is
I
good.
used to do a lot of his old stuff that I wasn't listening to.
I'm feeling Vince Staples a lot right now.
Okay, thank you. So these two, let's leave you two, right? Vince Staples, Joyner Lucas. On your behalf and on your behalf. Say it's something broke and it said they found out that they was gay. Would you still listen to him?
Yes.
Of course, what the fuck?
Okay.
Nigga, I
So,
listen to Frank
That
Ocean.
happened to me. Yeah.
That's my
When
favorite
Frank
singer.
Ocean came out as being
See?
like gay or bi or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this Frank that ain't gay. I was like, so this album is still fucking
Because
fire.
it's art. So why
No,
should
you know
people...
what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm so fucking brainwashed by the black community
Uh-huh.
that when I first initially found out he was gay, I was a little taken
You
off.
stopped a little bit.
I didn't stop, but I had to. It caught me by surprise, and I didn't know how to
Now
feel.
I don't listen to
I had
that.
to process it.
I don't
and
listen to
then I
that song
accepted
Forrest
it.
Gump the same though.
No, I don't listen to that song.
He's
the
like,
same
it's
at
so
all.
big, it's so strong. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, we know what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
I didn't dig that
More
deep.
power to you, but
I never dug that
yeah.
deep. But most people will say no. People, when they seen that, they tried to discredit him by putting up that picture to say that he was gay. So him being gay, what does that have to do with This Is America?
No, because the thing is that
In
hotels.
the black community, for whatever
No,
fucking
fuck
reason,
They're homophobic.
being gay is discredited. You could
Yeah.
you could cure AIDS, but that nigga gay.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
don't matter.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Our masculinity is weird. It is an issue
is.
that we got to work on, but we view that shit.
Do you think when they say, what is it? What's that term that they came up with for masculinity?
Emasculation?
No. For too much masculinity.
Toxic
masculinity.
Toxic
You think talking about black men?
Yes.
So,
I think, because you hear
It's
it
not
from,
just a white, a
you
black
hear
man
it from
thing,
feminists
but
a
yeah.
lot, right?
Yeah.
And feminists, that whole movement like kind of started from like racism. Like it wasn't like having more right or equal rights to white
wasn't for
men.
black
It
women.
was having more rights than a black man.
Yes.
Because they gave the black man the right to vote before they did the white woman.
Mhm.
I think it's some feminists that you could quote it saying shit like that.
I
Like,
swear to God.
yep.
That's why I don't fuck with white feminists.
You're not supposed to because
I fuck with black.
whenever
That sound
something-
racist.
You done them.
But
We done them.
white feminists be fucked up,
Let me-
bro.
let me-
Like, the
let me
quote
go
he
in
just
deep.
quoted.
Let me go in deep into that.
What he just said.
So you ever notice, like, I used to tell, I got the homegirl, her name Leslie, she like an extreme feminist, whatever. I was like, you remember you black before you a woman. It's like, what does that mean? No, I'm not, I'm a feminist, blah, blah, blah.
What?
I changed her mind because when that shit happened, when, what's that girl, Sandra Bland?
Yeah.
And the police supposedly dropped on her head and she killed herself in
Yes.
prison. Wasn't no fucking feminist marching for that shit. It was a bunch of black
That's
women. I was
fucked
like,
up.
pay attention. When the shit happened to black women, it's whatever. But when it happened to a white girl, they want y'all to come out and march.
That's
They
same
don't
thing
come
for
out and
the
march for y'all.
NRA. The same thing for the NRA.
Yeah. When it's what the NRA bullshit, that was never for black people because when the Black Panthers had their weapons and shit, they funded some of the laws to get that shit taken away.
Fuck white feminists.
Do you
Yeah,
think,
fuck it.
I really feel that way.
what,
I'm
how do you
sorry.
feel about the Oath Keepers then?
About who?
The Oath Keepers.
What is an oath keeper? I don't know what that means.
It's like a little sect that was made to protect rights. No,
Uh,
they're-
Ain't,
no,
ain't nobody
it's-
protecting black
it's-
people rights. So fuck
I've
it.
never heard of
Oath
it.
Keepers, it's mainly ex-military personnel going.
Yeah.
Hey,
like 3%ers.
yeah,
The homie's actually 3%er though.
yeah. So.
I don't fuck with them, but he's cool. But
So-
I was on a they have a what's it called a chapter for Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of oddly
As long as the
placed.
motherfucker don't call me a dindu. then I
No, they don't
care.
call you Dindu.
Huh.
That's the cops.
Oh, okay.
But it was oddly placed language on the chapter's comments that I wasn't
They
cool
were saying
with.
trigger.
Yeah.
Oh fuck 'em.
And I was like, ooh, why you saying that all the time? And they kept saying loose trigger. Everything had trigger after it. And I was like, what the fuck is that about?
Because I think
It's a way to
Facebook,
get away with saying nigga.
Facebook algorithm will find it if you saying nigger.
That's why you say WYPIPO, right?
Yeah, that's why I say white
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
White people.
Yeah,
Whatever
you
I
can't
spell
say
it.
white people when
Yeah.
you get in trouble. Or they'll block you or some shit.
But you can say black people all day.
Yeah, of course you can.
They only get us. They only get them for saying nigger. That's it.
But there are cool, the homie, he's a cool, he told me if everything happens, come to my house, I got you. He's a cool 3%er. It's just that I think it's no different than cops. Some people are not for you, and some are.
Of course.
It's that simple.
I think those groups usually just have conservative values.
Yeah.
Conservative
What the fuck
values.
does conservative value mean?
Conservative values can go against you if you're a person of color.
Well, do you know a lot about 3%ers?
In like 3%ers is in what
Like as far as the value sake,
no, I was like what do you refer to as 3%ers
like the actual chapter that goes and they say they're speaking up for America's rights. They're
You're talking about the oath niggas, right?
I don't know if they're 3%ers or not though.
See,
Oh.
here's the thing, because I'm a former Marine, so
Yeah.
like there
A lot of
is-
them are Marines too.
there is the oath keeper that we refer to as like, hey, we took an oath to defend this country, its values, and
Oh, okay.
and everyone's rights, no matter their skin color, no matter their background.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Yeah, we're talking
He's
about
stupid.
we're talking about like
Hey.
in general.
Hey, shout out to
And then
Marines.
and then there's
shout out to Marines for support.
and then there's like the oath keepers I think you're talking about where they have chapters. I've
Yeah.
never ever heard of these guys, and I've never really ever seen the whole connotation of trigger.
So how do you?
concept.
No, that's 3 percenters.
Oh.
Oath
Yeah.
Keepers. How do you feel? So the Oath Keepers that like took a front and they stood like where was that at? Indiana or some
Oh
shit?
no, you mean North Dakota?
Yeah.
Those guys. Oh yeah. So
Fucking terrorists.
they got played. They got played real hard.
Did they?
Oh hell yeah.
Well, so what happened? What should
I
you
heard
say?
they was trying to use farmland as It was trying to use public property as farmland, and somebody cracked down on it, and that's why they started.
No,
doing
they're talking about the pipeline. The
Yeah,
oil
the pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some fuck shit.
So those guys actually
Pipe and
went.
Rock.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Center. Anyways, those guys actually went out there and faced off against the
U.S. government, the FBI,
all those guys, and said, hey, if you keep doing this shit, we will act.
Yeah.
And if you notice, all those guys are the motherfuckers who probably won most of the battles in Iraq and Afghanistan, so you might not want to fucking fuck with us.
Exactly.
Anyways, so the guy who asked for them to be there ended up starting making them apologize. I'm like, for shit they didn't do. I'm like, hey man.
How did you do that?
He started apologizing. He went to the I think it was Native Americans. He started going like, we're apologizing for taking your lands, and in the name of all these military personnel. And the military personnel were out and they were doing this in a casino, and all the guys who were like trying to stop them from putting down the pipeline and stop them from like hurting the protesters were out in the fucking middle of North Dakota during the winter, freezing their asses off.
Okay.
And then they go like, we're here in their name to apologize. The motherfucker's wearing like this cavalry hat. We're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
A cavalry hat.
Yeah, I'm like, so you're apologizing for Custer? He died. We have nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wow.
So the
dude.
leader just kind of bitched up a little bit.
So
basically.
so the civilian guy was apologizing on behalf of the military guys. Same military
The
guys.
military guys that were backing him.
The military guys who were defending the protesters out in the middle of the fucking in the middle of nowhere in North Dakota, freezing their asses off because they were getting sprayed with hoses in the winter in North Dakota.
frostbite.
Getting
Yeah,
frostbite and
spray,
shit.
That was fucked up too, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why the Oath Keepers came up. Well, the ones I know about came up and said, "Hey, quit this shit. You're hurting people. These are your fucking people.
Yeah.
Do this shit again."
I wish
And
the
we will-
Oath Keepers would do that for.
hey,
It's the police like stop shooting blacks, cops.
I have varied opinions on that, primarily
Dude.
because I'm pretty sure if it got down to the point where like, hey, too many police officers are shooting people, it's gonna be like, well, the only way you can really curb that is by starting to shoot other people, and
Exactly.
I don't condone violence.
Well,
I think the
No,
way
I
to
don't think
fix
that's
that-
it. I don't think that's it.
Hold on, I think the way to fix that is to just dismantle the police force because it was based off like the KKK to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you just make a new.
Well, just
Enforcement.
expand
So reform
upon the
them.
sheriff's
Reform
department.
But then you got to get rid of the FBI, all of that shit. 'Cause it's all
we ain't,
corrupt.
it ain't going over.
That's
It's
not-
all
yeah,
corrupt.
that's not- you need the police force, not the
think about it,
FBI.
like the FBI is gonna be there, and then there's gonna be
Yeah.
CIA. You're gonna do the NSA.
The government
It's
was
so
solved
corrupt.
before
all
the
these,
CIA and
all
FBI.
these, all these fucking like alphabet letter soup agencies have to be dissolved then because at one point or another there's so much.
At least start with
corruption
the police force because they're the people
But
that
that's the
actually
main.
police.
They're on the
See,
ground
see-
floor. That's the
see,
main.
Yeah,
one.
just start there.
there. See, if it comes down to the police force, I believe like, hey, restructuring, retraining.
Nah,
No, you because
you got to come up with something else and replace it.
Outside therapists.
Not,
Outside
not,
psychologists.
don't. You can't fix that. I don't think. You just got to come up with something new.
You really can't fix it, but at the same time, you can't just like remove it all the way and expect everything to be okay.
Nah, because then people would
Because
just be policing themselves.
then people would police themselves, and we all know
That's
exactly
what I'm
how
saying.
that's
You
gonna
got.
happen.
That's what I'm saying. You got to replace it though, and it's got to be a process.
Yeah, it's gonna
a
have
slow
to be
process,
It's gonna be a
but-
very slow, painful process. Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm going like you just can't,
Not just get rid of it overnight.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's
it'll
the,
be
I'm
chaos.
glad you guys said that because that's actually the next topic.
Mm.
Is people who act like they give a fuck about black people, but they really don't. And I'm talking about black people. How they get mad about somebody being hung. Well, you
I'm
good. You still good though.
Oh my.
About black people getting hung in Oklahoma, yet you got fucking Omar banging down the street on people, shooting people.
He
gang
lynching
banging.
too.
Say something to him. Fuck. I mean, I get they're being hung over there. But
People
what the fuck
scared
you
of
gonna?
Omar.
I don't give a fuck if you gonna put.
You don't give a fuck.
If
I ain't
you
scared
gonna
of Omar. I shoot the shit out of that nigga.
If you
Then
gonna
that
put,
means you gotta go do something. 'Cause you don't
No,
care.
but it shouldn't be that. No, that's the thing.
You can only be afraid of people for so long.
Exactly.
Before you have to either act or you're gonna choose to willingly live under them.
Yeah, because they're the boss of your neighborhood now. That's ridiculous. So where your kids gonna play at? I can't play because your dumb ass is doing donuts at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You said my kids are asleep. You
I mean,
waking
it's
them
like
up.
what do you do? Like the police won't help you, and also the people who are
You have to
committing
help
crimes.
yourself.
How do you
Get
help
them out of
yourself?
it. You do what they did. Remember how Rosewood went?
So you gonna create a gang to get rid
You
of
do
a gang?
your own shit. You get people together.
Create-
Nah,
gang.
not a gang.
Fuck
Just get a
yeah,
few
man.
like-minded buddies.
Neighborhood watch.
And get some-
Call it
and just
neighborhood
start
watch.
So you're
niggas.
saying kill all
Look,
gangs?
the-
Is that-
Yes.
The gang members?
No.
Yeah, no.
That's not what.
kill 'em.
No, that's
what I'm
not.
saying.
No.
Kill 'em.
I'm
Kill
not.
all
I'm
gang
not
members.
saying that.
I am.
My family. Some of my family game members.
Look, me too. Me too. I'm willing to
I'm not
use.
saying that.
I'm willing to lose a few cousins for the cause.
Hey.
No, but it's I'm talking about.
I'm
talking
not
about
saying
conversion.
kill all gang members.
Yeah.
You got family gang members.
No, I'm
You
saying
can-
because motherfuckers be watching shit on the internet.
I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna come press me. I shoot the shit out of you.
But look, let's see
Either
what you gotta say.
dead, jail,
Okay.
or denounce it completely and do
Or
something else.
conversion.
Some of these niggas is too far gone. Like if you got a face tattoo, the only
You
way
a
to
lost
fix you is a
cause.
bullet.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say a lost cause because if you got a face tattoo, that means you really do some dirty work because you ain't getting no job. What I'm
White
saying,
people can't have that same
There's-
loyalty
I don't
and,
think there's
and
no way to
proactive
fix
violent
gangs.
attitude for a
There
gang
is.
against the
From
police.
within?
because that's
Maybe give the leader a different attitude?
No,
Make
no,
him be
but-
more like the Black Panther?
But to say that,
But that's not profitable. And all they
It's
care
not-
about
it's
is
not
fucking
profitable.
money.
no, they do not
Yes,
care
they
about.
do. That's all
The
they care.
leaders,
get
yeah,
money.
because
The leaders,
a
the leaders.
gang
No,
is just
yeah,
a hustle.
the pawns ain't getting
Yeah,
money.
the
yeah,
guys
leaders
up
is
top is
getting
just
bread.
using them to protect drug territory.
And he's not about to switch and become Malcolm X and a Black Panther leader.
He don't got the
that's
intellect.
not-
All he know how to do is sell dope.
If that's an ethical moral choice. And
Yeah.
like, oh no, fuck this, we're doing this for money.
Exactly.
So if
And
we're
that
talking about
sucks.
ethics and we're talking about morals, whoever is not down for the neighborhood that they're quote unquote from, you have to be excavated.
So you're saying the entire neighborhood just needs to arm themselves to defend
yes,
themselves?
because how else are we going to be able to? Our kids can't.
I mean, like, I'm just gonna.
But
stop
no,
right there. And
they're
then-
just
and then,
gonna
like,
produce more gangbangers. We gotta get rid of single black mothers too.
Oh come on, man! I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
Not
that.
all of them, but we know who the fuck I'm talking about. It's always that one bitch in every neighborhood, got 6 kids, 5 baby daddies, and she ain't doing nothing but raising future convicts.
But they're getting.
Yeah,
lumped.
raising
I'm
family
assuming we're lumping them in.
Names
We're lumping them in though.
We're speaking
Okay.
generally.
Yes.
All single black
Maybe
mothers
our
aren't
teacher.
terrible.
Yes.
A lot of you bitches are.
Okay.
I
Hey
got
man,
a lot.
why you gotta double down all the time?
Because I want war.
This motherfucker's double down.
I ain't sure. I'm
All of them
sorry.
were smart
I
enough to have
apologize,
kids.
single black mother.
To not have kids?
All the
that's
time,
cool.
anyways.
Shit.
Well, let's look at it this way. I'm speaking on conversion mainly, just for
You
conversation.
can't convert. How
You
you
can.
No, here I don't think you can.
You know that was
you-
the purpose
you
of
got a
Donald
nigga-
Glover's video? Well, one of the many purposes.
What?
Like, niggas doing all of this shit for police brutality, and
Uh-huh.
then we get back to dancing and singing.
Exactly.
It's not a conversion.
forget about
They
it.
don't want to convert. They want violence. They want to
They
be
want
beefing
money.
with other hoods.
You
They
can
want
use
money.
violence
They
for other
want
purposes.
respect.
You
Because
can
it's broke niggas. They want to be like other broke niggas.
They want to
got
own the
respect.
block.
Yeah.
Okay, do that.
They wanna own
You
the
can
block.
use that violence for other purposes, and you could own the block as far as you policing your own streets and keeping the police out of it.
You can
You
never.
know that's the way gangs were meant to be.
That's
though.
what they're supposed to be. They
Hold
don't
on,
even
so
know
no,
and then you know what happened?
Wait.
Drugs.
No, but
Yeah.
exactly, it's a cycle.
CIA.
It's a cycle.
Drugs.
When people militarize themselves,
Uh-huh.
They need something to fight.
and you can
Yeah.
fix the problem, but eventually you're gonna get corrupted because when
It's gonna
you're gonna
implode.
get power, and there's a leader,
It's-
right?
That's
Somebody's
facts.
gonna lead,
Yeah.
and you know you're doing whatever you want, you know, within the means of the law. But when you realize that you got enough power to go outside of the means of the law and do whatever the fuck you want,
So
that's when now we got another gang. That's why I was saying you
So-
go fight a gang with a gang because that's ultimately what's gonna
So
happen.
what you basically the point you're going is, hey, if you guys join together, you need to have a purpose. That purpose has to maintain itself, and if that purpose ever goes away, you have to quickly find another purpose. Otherwise, you can just degenerate into what you fought.
No, I'm saying it's gonna degenerate into what you fought no matter what.
I know.
Well, I mean,
Because
how,
I think
okay,
that's what
I don't-
happens
I
when
don't-
you get power.
how do police stay? How to keep the mode? How do they keep the mode constant?
Police got power, and you see the police are
A
corrupt.
gun.
When they keep the
The
mode,
United
right?
States government has power, and you see the United
Uh,
States government is corrupt. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
let's single in on one
with
precinct.
power comes corruption. You can't.
One precinct, right? One precinct. How do they keep the mode amongst each other? And they say we only fuck with blue. If it's not blue, we don't fuck with it.
Well, it only take indoctrination when they go to like little.
So you indoctrinate, right? Is that bad?
This gangs are indoctrinated. Well, the police
To
is
a
a
certain
gang.
extent. To a certain extent.
What I'm
but-
presenting is a philosophy,
Yeah.
a philosophy argument.
Yes.
Power leads to corruption,
At
Yeah.
some point, yes.
and you would have to come up with a compelling enough argument for me to believe that it does.
Yes, of course. I have to
There-
prepare
there-
that.
I don't think it does. I think that's
Because
just
yeah,
what it
because we're
is.
dealing with a certain demographic of people who.
It ain't even got to be a certain demographic. It's just human. It's a people thing.
Yeah, sure.
With power comes corruption. It's inevitable.
So if it's no matter to it and it's gonna happen regardless, then where's the hope?
There is none.
That's fucked up though.
We live in a vicious cycle of endless walks of power getting so corrupt and oppressing the people. People rise up, destroy the power, then they become the power, and they end up oppressing.
I guess you could look at it like at least you're not a part of it.
Not anymore.
No, I mean we don't have any power.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
from
So we don't have the opportunity to become corrupted.
But so what do we do? Move away?
nah, man.
Nah, you just
Just
be the best person you can be.
You try
Yeah,
to
but
be
it's
the
just-
change
I,
that you
I,
want in
I,
the
have a,
community.
I have a problem with what you just said, going like, hey, you don't have the power to be corrupted. That's not true. Look at these gangs.
Mhm.
They create their own small spheres of power, and that's how they become corrupted.
Yeah.
So, just you as an individual, you could do something about it. But the thing about it is that you have to be benevolent enough not to want to do any harm to people, and hope to God that that benevolence in you maintains throughout the rest of your life, and then you can impart that onto other generations and other people.
That would be dope, but I think that's wishful thinking.
It
I don't
kinda-
know if that's
yeah.
like.
Because people are
It's-
far.
I don't
it's-
know if it could happen. Maybe it could.
It's possible. It's worth a
But
try.
I think history has shown that power leads.
far
to
gone
corruption.
ignorance. It's far gone ignorance.
It
That's
really,
what I think.
yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. It's ignorance, lack of education, and the sole fact of like, hey, you don't define what is right and wrong, and you don't instill that at an early age, and you start going like, hey, it's okay to do this to that
Yeah.
because of such and such reasons. Oh, they do this to us, so it's all right for us to do that to them, and
I mean, the American
it'll
government-
just keep fucking like cycling over
Yeah,
and over.
well,
and
it's
over.
an inevitable
The
fight.
American government is great. We live in one of the best countries
Of
you
course,
can ever
yeah.
possibly live in.
Right. We live in
We
by
do.
far
But
the greatest
the
ones.
American
Yeah.
government has done some fucked up
Of
things.
course.
And you know what?
You
And you know
know
what?
what I'm
I don't think they've ever not just gone like, you know what? Yeah, we did that. Like because it's painted in our history. Yeah, we kind of did commit America did kind of commit genocide against the Indians.
They sweep it under the
Ooh,
rug.
no,
act like
white
it-
people committed genocide against America.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
We did
Facts.
some fucked up shit in Vietnam. Yeah, you really can't deny that.
We do fucked up shit today.
Yeah, we do fucked up shit all the time.
We've never-
but at the same
we've
time,
never
People
stopped doing
historically
but-
done
but-
fucked up shit to the
but-
African American community.
that,
They did like disease tests on us and they gave us like fucked up. You remember that shit?
Tuskegee?
The Tuskegee
Yeah.
experiment.
like
Yeah,
Planned
they-
Parenthood.
They used to.
That might be something
my mom
too,
said
but-
they
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait, you don't know about Planned
They used to
Yeah.
castrate
No.
black women after they
Hey,
gave
hey,
birth.
hey,
They used to
Matt.
take their uteruses
Matt,
out.
Yeah.
Matt, remember Planned Parenthood and how it started?
Yeah, it was put in the hood to keep our numbers down to convince us that we shouldn't be having kids.
You think so?
I know historically the person that
Historically.
created Planned Parenthood
Was
was
an actual
eugenicist.
Yeah, she was racist.
Yeah, she was a eugenicist.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It
okay, so it
like,
came from a bad place.
It's a double-edged sword.
I'm like,
there's a benefit to it.
Hey, you know what? You know
At-
what?
at this point-
see, this is the fucked up part about it. That's the same argument they used for the Nazi scientists.
Mm.
That is-
Yeah. A lot of medical, a lot of advances in medicine
were
and
done
science.
from torturing Jewish people.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
If you didn't know that, I'm just like, hey man, like there's a lot of shit that happened. A lot of like dental work became extremely
Seeing how much
really
how
well
much your
done.
nerves can take as we take your teeth out.
Damn.
We developed like a bunch of powerful anesthetics from torturing people in Auschwitz. Brain surgeries, open heart surgeries. There was all type of fucked up people.
You know what was the worst shit ever done in history, in my opinion?
But
The nuclear bomb. In
No.
my opinion. That's
No.
just my opinion.
I don't.
That was wild, bro.
It was necessary.
It was completely
Death-
necessary.
On a.
The Japanese.
Kinda.
No.
I feel why you said it was necessary.
completely
They weren't
necessary.
gonna give up.
Yeah, they weren't.
All right,
But they didn't have to send two.
No,
They sent the one.
we hit both their cities of industry to let them know, like, y'all can't even make nothing no more.
Yeah.
Y'all,
So-
even if y'all wanted to fight, y'all
So
couldn't.
see, like you say, all right, cool.
And then
but-
there's the argument, the conspiracy that maybe that they did give up, but we just wanted to test the shit anyway.
We had already
That's-
tested it.
Here's the thing though, like he's right. We already tested like 6 of them.
Yeah, but we didn't test them on like life on a grand scale.
Well, we
didn't-
know how wide the blast radius is. We knew how dangerous the radiation was. We knew what it was gonna do.
Oh, we didn't know what the radiation, not that radiation poisoning wasn't a big concern at that point in time. We didn't really know. What
They didn't
Well,
know.
we didn't know it was
Yeah,
gonna
they didn't
last
know.
that long.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's shit that's still
How many
on
years?
grow, right?
It's been 60. It's been 60.
60?
It was 60 because right now there's 2 cities standing in Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Okay.
But it was about 60 years before they were able to start developing again.
Damn.
And they are the forefront of like cleaning up nuclear waste.
Yeah, because they're the best at it.
They're not allowed to have a military anymore, right?
Oh no, they are.
No, I thought.
They have the Japanese self-defense force. Great guys, by the way.
I thought they weren't allowed to have one.
It's self-defense force.
It's not a military.
Yeah,
technically, they
Yeah,
like.
here's the thing. It's like when you have when you're with them training on Mount Fuji, and all of a sudden a Japanese guy tells you, "Hey, do you want to shoot a missile?" I said yes. I got to shoot a Japanese missile into the side of a mountain. So you could say, "Hey, they don't have a military," but they kind of do.
I know, yeah, they do.
And recently
they got a nuclear program too. They got them what they call them basement nukes.
I honestly wouldn't know.
So how
At
it
least they're
works
an
is
ally now.
you can't make a nuclear missile, but you can make the pieces to a nuclear missile and keep it there disassembled and only assemble it in the intent when you plan on breaking the treaty anyway.
Ain't it crazy that North Korea and South Korea are at peace right now?
I see.
Oh, it's a trap.
I didn't see that coming.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
I don't think it's a trap.
I do.
I think it's
He's trying to
legitimate.
affect the South Koreans with a virus, and they're gonna come to
I do.
America.
It's
Some crazy shit.
Here's the thing. The reason I think it's a trap is because he still has those work camps.
Yeah. What's up with that, Kim Jong
You-
Fat?
If he does that,
Oh boy.
it's over.
What?
He waiting for Russia to
him,
get their
it's
shit together
Over.
because
He doesn't care.
we launched
Because
those missiles in Syria
The
anyway.
world community is against that all.
they've been-
China's not going to
they've been-
defend them
they've
if
been-
they do
They
that.
will.
They have been.
China's gonna back
No,
them
the
financially.
China's been backing off of them since they've been doing
No,
fun.
You know
since
why?
Moon.
You know why?
Since President Young Moon, the current president, yeah, it's because his political opponent was so buddy with the North Koreans. They've been backing them since the Korean War.
Yeah, I know that.
They've been having those work camps
But
since
at the same
since we
time,
were children.
at the
feel
same
like-
time, they try to keep North Korea under control, and I feel like if they do that, it's not under control. Because what that's going to lead to is assured destruction. When it comes to superpowers like America and Russia and China, everybody has nukes. It's mutually assured destruction. Nobody wants that.
I don't think so.
Nobody wants
so.
that.
But they're smart enough not to.
Because I
like, hey,
think
you
that's
know
why
what?
North Korea was talking all that big shit because they thought Russia was going to bark down on us. And Trump went over there and bombed Syria anyway. And Russia didn't do shit. And Korea like, oh, what happened? Oh, we wait for you, Putin. And they just sitting back chilling.
I don't think they in cahoots as much as we think they
I
are.
think they
They
are.
used to be.
Because it's the
I think they look
the
at him
timing
like a
was
little
impeccable.
homie. I'm gonna put it in game.
You want peace? You want peace when you see your big dog
Dude.
Russia back down? All of a sudden, you
Look.
want peace?
No, it's like I view it as like you the big homie. You got a plan. You know you work with a rival hood. Y'all working together a little bit. Y'all got y'all issues or whatever.